In my second year of college, I was lucky enough to secure a single room in the dormitory, a rare commodity that many sophomores vied for. My room was strategically placed at the very end of a long hallway, tucked away in a secluded nook of the building. This unique placement made my room a hidden gem of sorts, offering the perfect balance between social interaction and personal space. It was ideal for both late-night study sessions and uninterrupted sleep, with the added bonus of being a cozy spot for inviting friends over. The first few weeks of the semester flew by in a whirlwind of classes, social events, and the usual college hustle. I had settled into a comfortable routine, juggling academics and my social life with relative ease. My room, with its secluded location, played a significant role in this balance, offering a sanctuary where I could retreat and recharge. However, this tranquility was abruptly disrupted one evening, a few weeks into the term. I was deep in concentration, poring over biology textbooks and lecture notes in preparation for an upcoming exam. The dense material demanded my full attention, making me oblivious to my surroundings. Suddenly, a faint noise pierced through my focus. It was a soft, almost hesitant tapping on my door. The sound was so subtle that I initially doubted my own ears, questioning whether it was just a figment of my overworked mind. "Come in," I called out, assuming it might be one of my friends stopping by for a late-night chat or study session. But there was no response, no creak of the door opening. Curiosity piqued. I rose from my desk and made my way to the door, only to find the hallway deserted. I even peeked around the corner, half expecting to catch a glimpse of someone playing a prank. But there was nothing, just the empty, dimly lit corridor stretching out before me. Shrugging off the incident as a peculiar anomaly, I returned to my room, leaving the door slightly ajar this time. A silent invitation should the mysterious visitor decide to return. Yet, the night remained undisturbed, the silence unbroken save for the occasional rustle of pages and my pen scratching against paper. The next night, after a long day filled with lectures and lab sessions, I was more than ready to call it a day. I had just settled into bed, the soft glow of my bedside lamp casting a warm light across the room, when the silence was shattered once again. This time, the tapping had evolved into a more assertive knocking, persistent and impossible to ignore. "Who's there?" I called out, a hint of annoyance creeping into my voice. But as before, the knocking ceased abruptly, leaving an eerie stillness in its wake. Fueled by a mix of irritation and curiosity, I leaped out of bed and flung the door open, only to be greeted by the same empty hallway. A quick dash to the corridor's end revealed nothing. The mysterious knocker had vanished without a trace. Determined to get to the bottom of this mystery, I brought up the incidents to my dorm mates the following day. I inquired half-jokingly if anyone was pulling a late-night prank on me. Yet each person I asked denied any involvement, their responses ranging from genuine bafflement to mild concern. Despite my suspicions, there seemed to be no obvious prankster among my peers. But the true test came the following night, when the knocking returned with a vengeance. It was louder, more insistent, as if the person behind the door was desperate to be heard. I was torn between a desire to ignore the disturbance and a growing urge to confront the source of the noise. After a moment's hesitation, fueled by a sudden surge of courage, I decided to face the situation head-on. I swung the door open, only to be met with the now familiar sight of an empty hallway. However, this time, I was determined not to let the mysterious visitor escape. I raced down the corridor, my heart pounding in my chest. As I rounded the corner, I caught a fleeting glimpse of a figure disappearing around the far end of the hallway. Adrenaline coursing through my veins, I sprinted after the shadowy form, only to watch in disbelief as a door at the end of the hallway, a door leading to the communal bathroom, swung shut. Without a second thought, I barged into the bathroom, the harsh lights flickering to life as I hit the switch. The room was eerily quiet, the air tinged with the sterile scent of disinfectant. My eyes scanned the space, landing on the closed stall doors. A feeling of unease began to settle in my stomach, but I pushed it aside, determined to confront whoever was behind this bizarre game. Approaching the stalls, I noticed a pair of heavy boots visible under one of the doors. My breath caught in my throat as I reached out and pushed the stall open, only to be met with a baffling sight. The boots sat there, abandoned, with no sign of their owner. And then, breaking the silence, a chilling laugh echoed through the bathroom. It was a sinister sound, devoid of humor, reminiscent of a deranged mind. The laughter sent shivers down my spine, erasing any semblance of bravery I had mustered. Panicked, I fled the bathroom and sprinted back to my room, locking the door behind me. My mind is racing with questions and fear. Who was this person? Why were they targeting me? The next morning, I was a man on a mission, determined to uncover the truth behind the nocturnal disturbances. I questioned everyone on my floor, delving into their whereabouts during the previous nights. But each inquiry led to a dead end. No one else had heard the knocking, and everyone I spoke to vehemently denied any involvement in what was quickly becoming a personal nightmare. The mystery deepened as the days passed, with no further incidents to shed light on the identity or motives of my unseen tormentor. The eerie silence that had once been a source of comfort now felt oppressive, a constant reminder of the unexplained events that had disrupted my peace. In the end, the only certainty was the unsettling impression left by the laughter I had heard, a sound that seemed to belong to an older, possibly deranged individual. This thought alone was just creepy, a chilling reminder of the unknown that lurked within the seemingly safe confines of my college dormitory.